That's 3 the hard way. That's 3 the hard way. Let's go. Rutgers next week. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Well, blackout night at UB Stadium almost blacked out the scoreboard as the two teams combined for nearly 1,000 yards in the Bulls' 35-28 win. Hi, everybody. I'm Voice of the Bulls, Paul Peck, with radio color analyst Scott Wilson. This was a fun game. This was Maction personified, but bottom line, it's a lot more fun when the Bulls are 3-0 and 1-0.
Yeah, that second quarter was crazy. The 3 straight plays of 70-yard touchdowns, Eastern to Buffalo, back to Eastern. It was a back-and-forth affair and a really tight ball game into the fourth quarter. But again, Buffalo had all the answers that they needed to pull out a win.
Yeah, and Buffalo has number 3, Tyree Jackson, and no one else does.
Right.
And he was outstanding again. 3 touchdown passes. He started 10 for 10. And the main weapon today was not Anthony Johnson. It was KJ Osborne. 188 yards and all 3 scores. KJ was amazing for a guy who grew up minutes from the campus of Eastern Michigan, but never got a scholarship offer. He had something to prove today.
That was probably a regret of Chris Creighton on the opposite sideline after seeing what he did to the Eastern Michigan defense. Great for him. I mean, so much attention, and rightfully so, to Anthony Johnson, but KJ Osborne has developed into an equally dangerous weapon on the other side. And at this point, you start asking questions about how our defense is going to slow down this Buffalo offense. It seems right now there's just too many weapons for any defense to keep them contained.
21 of 26, 325 yards. We're running out of superlatives to describe the way Tyree Jackson is playing, and that the long ones will get the attention. It was the first one, the short one where he rolled out and moved people around, was the one that sticks in my mind.
Yeah, I mean, just rolling to his right, he's able to pick a guy out and just kind of wave him open and then throws the dart right into him. Just another fantastic performance. I think Tyree Jackson's best game overall of the season, and that's a pretty scary thing considering he seems to just be getting better every week, and he's already second in the country in touchdown passes. So I can't wait for next week and what the future holds for the Bulls.
Up to 12 touchdown passes this year. Let's talk about the defense. They gave up a lot of yards. They gave up a bunch of big plays, but with a 7-point game in the second half, their first 4 drives were forced out on downs, a punt, a takeaway, and 2 3-and-outs.
Really an impressive performance by the defense, maybe not yardage or statistic-wise, but big plays when they needed it the most in the end of the third, and start of the fourth quarter to shift the momentum back to the Bulls so that they could finish off a win.
Chuck Harris had 2.5 for the Bulls, 6 sacks, wearing the number 41 that he called legendary. That is like Superman's cape. You put 41 on one of these Bulls players, and they come up with amazing games. It's a trip to the Big Ten. That should be fun to take on Rutgers next week.
Yep, Rutgers coming off of a big loss on the road against Kansas, and I think Buffalo matches up pretty well. It's going to be exciting to take on a Big Ten team.
The winning streak is up to 6 games. The start of the season is 3-0 for the Bulls for the first time since 1983. UB Stadium is a fun place to be. Next home game against Army coming up on the 29th. For Scott Wilson, I'm Paul Peck. Thanks for watching this Bulls Digital Update.